Well, welcome back. So I ordered this Mazda. Looks like it's a MX-5 for one specific reason, because it's a remote control little electric car, I guess. Anyways, my thoughts are that I'm just going to disregard the car. What I really want is to take this tub out. So really, I think that the electronics is mainly what I want. It's made in China, so it should work great, right? Anyways, it's cheap enough to really tear apart. So I'm going to take and de-shell this, and I think what may have to happen is try to take all the screws out, take the body off, headlights, I think it might have tail lights and things, and then take all these little panels off, and I think we may have to cut this tub and just cut this entire thing out, but try to keep most of the frame and the motor and everything all in the positions there are, because I think it's going to work really well, and everything's set up for the remote. I still, obviously, it doesn't come with the wheels or anything on it, but that's great, because we're about to trash most of it. Unfortunately, I may keep parts for things later. I really just don't like these plastic bodies. They're just junk to me, but I really do want the electronic components out of them. And I wanted a newer one. I have some other ones I'm going to try to do the same thing with, but I wanted one I knew that it should work because it's brand new. So although I'm about to disregard the warranty, no, I don't think it has a warranty. But anyways, it was on sale. It was pretty cheap, and so I just picked it up. But what I'll do is we'll start de-shelling it and then start cutting it and see what kind of body we can fit on here. I'm thinking we either do a really old rough pedal car body, maybe rat rod one. If it's the right shape, it might make a good Volkswagen or a Porsche maybe. So let's see. I would really like Joy to be able to sit in it and ride around, but on a body that's a lot cooler than this plastic crap. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. We'll get started. Well, welcome back. I have been cutting and chopping, but it is looking really cool. The tub underneath actually reminds me now, the way I have it all cut off, of like the Doom buggies. And I think this is going to be about the right height. I think once we paint we'll paint the bottom black, that it'll kind of disappear, and we're going to leave the body all rough. So, but we'll get the lights in it, and then this has Bluetooth for speaker and radio. I cut the dashboard on the corner to get it to fit in a little bit better, and I cut the whole top of the seat off to get it in, but it should screw down where it's at now. So the steering wheel looks like it's gonna fit. So now I just really need to make brackets that's gonna connect the bottom to the body. So I think we'll make a couple of metal brackets somewhere to hold the front on to the plastic, and we'll kind of cushion it in between with some spacers and washers. I think we'll do the same, make a couple metal brackets, and then we may sheet a little bit in here. I don't think we will. I think I like to leave it open the way it is. It looks really cool. I do have a window we can get on here though, and then we can kind of keep doing on some other things. I have some hubcaps that came with the Mazda that we can try on this, but I think the look is really going to change once we get that tub painted black. But it is so cool looking, and it's absolutely adorable. And I think I've managed to save all the wiring, so it should still run and drive. I haven't tried it yet, but we'll get it out and try it once we get this body mounted in some kind of fashion. So I hope everyone's enjoying the video. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't yet, like, comment, subscribe, let us know what you think of our crazy ideas. And definitely, most definitely, thanks for watching. You're so cute, Jojo. Do you like it? It's okay. I'll make you a cushion seat. Don't worry. Well, welcome back. I'm in here working on Joy's Baja 1000. I think we're going to call this the KB Baja 1000. I was just going to show how I threw some of this together. So I drilled a hole in the bumper for our flag, which will be hanging off the back, which should be pretty cool looking. And then I went and got a couple of washers and rubber washers as well. So with all the plastic pieces, anytime I'm basically bolting anything down, I'm spacing in between anything that's plastic with those rubber washers. I did that on back in here as well, so in between the back of the metal and the plastic, and on the other side where the nut is the same. There's rubber washers between that, and there are some as well in between the bolts that are mounting this plastic underneath the metal. There's a rubber washer in opposite side as well. So it's been pretty cool. I had a buddy over last night. He thought this was really cool. I was turned it on and had it playing music and driving around, and it was pretty fun. So anyways, I have the lights pretty much lined up. In fact, we can see here that the lights are coming through. I've dimmed this kind of in place with the wire. There's a metal piece that bent over on this old 70s car body here, and then the tail lights should end up looking like that. I just have to one through. I've got to get these more through, and then we'll end up with an extra set of lights where I want to make some front lights for the front to go on the bumper, I think, and then also we'll have a little bit of interior lighting. So, but it's all coming together. The black turned out really nice as far as like got the tub painted and everything like that. So just going to be working on the bumper. We'll get the window back on it. I just have that off doing some work on it, and then we'll just keep adding little things to it. So hope everyone enjoying the video. Thanks so much for tuning in.